AI video games are starting to slowly, and there's companies going full AI companies now to.
I'm against that shit.
No, I know.
I'm boycotting it.
I don't blame you.
No, I'm against it now, bro.
I'm boycotting it.
Nah, I'm giving it a buck.
That shit should be boycotted. You hear what just happened with the Mortal Kombat? Talking about video games and AI. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection's about to drop this week, right? They have a Mortal Kombat book that's supposed to come with the like special edition, and that's on sale, and that's been like going around. Everybody's been getting their early copies. And bro, they have images in there that's supposed to show like the history of Mortal Kombat. And they got images from Mortal Kombat 2 and 1 specifically that have like Shang Tsung's face, like, you know, the character select screen, how their faces look. They AI upscaled them shits but made them look fucking awful. Like, you know when AI takes faces and jumbles them up and it looks like indecipherable?
Yeah.
It did that to Mortal... It's in the book, bro. Like, it's crazy that it even made it to the book. Like, nobody was there to, like...
Yeah, you don't even, they got an AI doing it and an AI editor?
They got an AI editor.
They got AI looking at AI.
AI packing the shit.
Looks good. Looks good to me. His eyes up here. Like
the first human to get his hands on that motherfucker was your mailman.
Yeah, that's fucking
like,
fucked up, bro.
It's crazy, bro. Like, how that shit make it into a book where millions of them shits are going to be printed. Yo, how the fuck you do that?
It's just gonna be AI corporations, bro. Ain't gonna be no humans in there. It's
bro, that shit, fuck all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Not to go there, but I got to because we're talking about fuck that shit, bro. Because it's motherfuckers that are giving up on humanity just for profit, bro. Yeah. Right? Am I bugging?
He was just in deep.
Yo, you in deep. What happened to you, bro?
He's in deep.
What happened to you? My man is in
deep like, concentration.
I was gone, I was gone. Because y'all talking about stuff, and I'm like, yo, Mario's a grown-ass man, yo. Like, I have known you since, like, 96.
Yeah. Nah, you know me since I was a child.
Yeah.
Man. You were a child too, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Since we were children, yes.
I still see you like childlike.
Exactly.
Like your avatar is always like fucking 13-year-old Daniel.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is still Mario.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't changed much. I mean, no, of course, physically.
Yeah, that's how we all feel.
But I feel like, when you think about your position in the world, like who you are.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your friends groups or like where you just what you meant in different parts of your life. I feel like none of us have really changed that much. We're still
pretty
cool motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much has changed. It's true.
Yeah.
Just I think we have our own like more
we're
personal
old.
wisdom. Yeah, like we're all wiser for sure.
We fucking old. My bad. You trying to play footsie?
I watched this man step on my kick.
I thought that was the fucking.
I watched my man do that.
My bad, bro. Those shit's all fresh though. What are those? Sauconys?
Sauconys.
What are those? What are those fucking?
It's funny. Aren't those supposed to be like old man sneakers now?
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Wait,
right?
What sneakers?
I guess the young generation thinks they're like white ups.
Oswegos? Adidas?
Ponies.
Oh, ponies?
They think the Air Force Ones are like dad shoes and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Kids think that? I thought that was still
supposedly. That's an internet thing.
I mean, it is. It's still, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit.
But you see, everything comes back around.
Yeah.
You know? People are like dressing baggy again and shit, you know?
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been peeping that.
Yeah, like back in the... You remember, we should dress baggy, dog. You have to dress...
I mean, it was just...
4 times the size.
Man. Yeah, it was just what the style was, and it was comfortable. Most of the shit being sold anywhere. Like, you could find that outfit anywhere. Just like a white tee and a pair of jeans. Anywhere. Sure. Like, everywhere had...
Fresh kicks.
Jabodes and NYC and
academics
jeans and shit.
Yeah.
So it was like, I mean, it was easy to put together too.
Yeah.
But you had there was other shit like the Averex jackets and throwback jerseys and shit.
Iceberg.
Yeah.
Coogis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all like, those are all like, you could kind of think of like the years when those things were out.
Yeah, but that was all shit. Like I wasn't getting no money in those years.
Nah, dude, that was like
was
drug
kids.
dealer shit.
It was kids.
Yeah, if you weren't stealing or getting drug dealer money, you didn't have.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, if you were, it was stealing or you were hustling.
Yeah,
That's it. Me, I was doing neither.
yeah.
So I was just kind of there, like, fuck, I gotta.
I just gotta wear this.
Gotta
bro.
rock what Mom Dukes buys me, like 15, 16 years old.
My bum-ass was working all the time. My brother was working at Mickey D's and shit. So
Oh, yeah, when we got into the older years, like 18, 19, that's when we started springing off and getting different jobs.
Yeah.
You know? By the way, on today's episode, we got our boy Daniel,
What's up?
also known as he runs the Video Game X Life podcast.
Yes, absolutely. The VGXL podcast, yeah, or Video Games X Life is
Yep.
what it stands for, yeah.
Yeah, man. So we go back, all three of us. You know, like Daniel, like has known us just as long as like we've known other people we've had on the podcast. So we're talking like mid-90s.
Yeah.
We've been friends since the mid-90s, and yeah, we went to the same school together.
It's exactly like 30 years, yeah.
Yeah, we went to the same junior high school together. We went to the same. Well, that was it, right? We went to the same junior high school together.
It was
and
just
that was
junior
it.
high,
But
yeah,
we
and
just
then we just stayed
they went to
close.
the same high school together.
Yeah, we went to, that's right.
But we just always remained in contact. Like we never stopped. We hung out more after we got out of school.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So,
That used to be mad cool. But when I got to know him and cause I hung out with you all the time. You guys got like when I was a freshman, you were a senior, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So when I came into high school, and like I got to meet people that you knew in like 12th and 11th grade.
Oh, yeah,
under
like
you.
Derice, yeah.
So people just didn't like. I ended up knowing mad people, and like I got cool with Derice, Louis Solano.
Yeah, those are my
random
homies.
and safety and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about music and shit. So getting to know them throughout, it was cool coming into school like that.
That's
Yeah,
when I
but I was
learned.
a super
That's when I
young
learned
guy,
your
freshman.
first name because they were calling you by your first name, and I was like, "Who's Armando?"
Oh yeah, they called me. That was later though. In school,
Yeah.
they still called me Mario. Everybody knew.
Oh
me.
yeah, but that was the teachers or something. They were
Yeah.
they were looking for you, and they were like, and then they were like Armando Benitez, and then you popped out. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Dude, bread and roses. Bro.
he's not Italian.
Armando Benit.
No, but
No.
that's what's funny is that I had the opposite. My family calls me by my middle name, but in school they didn't want in my preschool they didn't want to call me by my middle name, so they made everybody call me by my first name. That's why everybody knows. My family didn't know my name was Daniel. Like
Oh shit, bro.
it wasn't until Facebook that they were like, "Why do you have it as Daniel?" Like that's Daniel's your first. I'm like, yeah.
Oh shit.
Like real close family. Like they had no idea my first name was Daniel.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, but all y'all knew me as that. And then or y'all would come over and they'd be like, "They call you Gabriel," and I'm like, "Oh well, yeah, that's my middle name." But
Oh yeah, I remember that. Like your mom calling you Gabe,
yeah,
and I was like, what?
You looking for somebody else?
Yeah, it was like Gabe. I was
yeah,
like,
they don't know me as Daniel.
You got a brother?
And
like,
I was like,
what she talking about?
yeah, that's like Dave. He, my cousin Dave. He says it as a joke. It's like Daniel. It sounds mad weird.
To us, it's opposite.
Right.
Like Gabe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe. What?
Yeah, like, I would never call you Gabe.
Yeah, it's so
That shit
weird.
is just strange.
And I can't even, and then it gets weird when it's like the boyfriend or girlfriend of a cousin that calls me Gabriel, because I'm like, I don't want I don't want them to call me by my middle name. You ain't fan. It's just weird.
Yeah. I feel that. That's gotta be strange. It would be weird for your own friends that you've known for like 30 years to call you Gabe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's strange.
Yeah, I would not.
I've
want
never.
you.
Yeah. And that's kind of rare, right? Like you don't have a lot of friends that have that kind of name situation going on.
Yeah.
Normally, it's just people are who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, when I was little, everyone called me Joey.
Yeah.
But that was like more friends. In school, people called me Jose.
Right.
So when I was around my mom and there happened to be a friend around and they heard Joey, they'd be like, they call you Joey?
Yeah,
You
I
know
remember
what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Remember that
'cause
shit?
I would call you on the phone and I'd be like, "Can I talk to Jose?" and then
Like,
that's
Joey?
what like Joey. Yeah. It's like, oh.
He used to scream out the window for me when it was time to go to the park.
That's how people would call each other.
Yeah, he would come
You
to
just
the
yell.
he
Yeah.
he would come to the front of the window, It's so crazy to think about because it would be like a phone call hours before. Like
Yeah.
11:30 in the morning. Oh, me and Mario. His mom would tell my mother like, "Oh, me and Mario are gonna go to the park at around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Bring Joey down." And they'd be like, "All right, cool, whatever." And then like around 1:45, you hear him screaming out the window, "Joey!"
I didn't sound that deep, bro.
Nah, you definitely. I mean, I can't make that voice go that high, bro.
You sound like...
Nah, he would just be yelling Joey, and I'm like, yo. It's crazy to think about that. That's really how people communicated back then.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't no. I mean, you had pagers and shit, but that wasn't. Nobody was really wasting that time. That took longer to go to a payphone and do all that shit.
Yeah.
The 6th floor, we faced the front of the building, so anybody could just yell through the window and you come out and be like, "Oh shit, yo!" You hear somebody calling your name, you go out the window, and you see someone.
Yeah.
So funny. It was like a constant thing, like some sitcom shit.
That's real New York shit. Cause we're fuck out the window, bro.
Yeah. We used to do that because, what's her name? You know, Mike's building. She lived on the 2nd floor. So.
Oh, right.
Like,
Yo, man, that was. It's crazy. Like, how many people. Like, bro, Douglas got a crazy community.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in Douglas knows what Douglas was like. Like, when it was ill. You know, I don't know what it's like now. I feel like it's way different.
Yeah, I feel like ever since the weed went legal, you don't have dudes hanging out as much in front. So it's way quieter when you walk through it. But I haven't really been back there in years.
Yeah, I've been there a few times through just like recording, and you know, it's kind of like it doesn't really. It feels old and new at the same time because you go around there and you see all the new stores and you know all the shit.
I know all the
that they replaced.
Yeah, all the gentrification.
Yeah, you're like fuck, but the projects don't change. That shit is everything's still exactly as it was years ago. Like for the most part, just a little more construction.
Yeah.
Like some areas have, but all that shit is dead though. Like the playgrounds and all that shit.
Like, right.
That's probably like a societal thing too, right? The shift towards like motherfuckers just being more indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Us, it was the opposite. When we were chilling in Douglas, it was like every day, it was like, yo, where are we meeting? We're gonna go out. It was never like we never had a plan to stay indoors all day in the summertime.
Nah, you gonna play basketball. You gonna
that
walk
shit
downtown.
was like, yo, we're gonna
Let's go to a comic book store 100
yeah.
blocks away and walk there.
Let's walk. Yeah, nah, that shit was cool. Like, it feels like, I mean, it's obviously way different now, but yeah, back then it was just like you could pick any number of things to do and be chilling, like have fun. In the winter, it was the opposite. Everybody trying to find somewhere to chill.
No, that's when we actually went to each other's house and chill because we'd all be in the like Gio's room or something like that, playing like a wrestling game or some shit.
Yeah,
like the Attitude Era.
His brother had, that Attitude Era. Man. Yeah, that shit is kind of crazy because we all kind of just grew up together, right? But then once high school hits, we're kind of hitting adulthood. We start branching off and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like what do you recall from those days? Like you guys were in school together in high school, so what was that like separation like?
Well, we were in like Bread and Roses, right? Like
Yeah.
talking about Bread and Roses, I always laugh. That's like there was an art school with like one art class.
Yeah, exactly. Like it had big dreams when it first started because I got introduced to that school through Grosvenor's when Grosvenor House is now it doesn't even exist anymore. It's like some rehab now.
Oh but, shit! Really?
Yeah, it's an old folks like rehab center now. But yeah, before when Grosvenor's had all the kids programs, Keisha, I was part of something called Core Group, and I didn't get into any high school. And I got my mother didn't want me to go to like Brandeis, the zone school, so she was trying hard to get me into a different school, and so they just happened to ask Keisha. They were like, oh, you know anybody who could maybe get them into a high school? Like, well, I know about Bread and Roses, and they took me right away. They were like happy to. I was the part of the second class. There was only one 9th grade class before I was the second class to ever come into the school.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah. So by the time you got there, you were probably
like
only
the fifth or sixth class. The sixth class.
Like by the time you got there, they had. I don't think anyone had graduated yet. Like when you came in, I was probably going to my junior year, which means that was the first graduating class the first year you got there.
Oh shit!
So I was part of the second. Well, not really. I was supposed to be part of the second graduating class, but I I couldn't walk because I had credits I was missing. I used to cut school crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit was like crack when you learned you could cut school.
Yeah, back in those days, like Bread and Roses was. I didn't make it was a lot of Dominican kids, and I was that part of me was which kind of sucks because I didn't really speak a lot of Spanish. I wasn't. There were a lot of street kids. So it was the same situation. Kids that couldn't go to a better high school. You know, it was like taking anybody and everybody went to that school. So there was a lot of guys that were just like either too cool for shit, like, you know, interrupted the class all the time or whatever, and always teachers like fighting. And then I just didn't get along with none of those guys. I was quiet back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was the biggest mistake. Now I'm trying to go to school with people, with some of my old friends, and you know, so. Yeah, Bread and Roses was like definitely a kind of a boring time. So I used to cut out.
I remember one of the funniest things he did was that we were in it was lunchtime, so we're in the yard and shit. Everybody's chilling, and it was like the 12th graders playing ball, which he was in their grade, so he knew them, right? Like, but to me, I'm like a freshman, you know. So the ball rolls by, like where we're hanging at, and he goes.
Oh yeah, he used to love doing that.
Yeah, he went to go get it, and it just went by.
Oh, that's right. I would do stupid
shit
like that.
All the seniors' faces, because that shit killed me.
Oh,
and they're looking at me like, "What the fuck is this little motherfucker?"
Yeah, you would act like you're gonna go reach for it and just let it go.
And the ball just kept going. You looked at the dude. I don't remember his name, but I remember who it was. And I'm looking at the motherfucker just dying, bro. And he just got tight at Daniel, bro. They were all just dying.
What year did you guys graduate? When did you graduate?
When I finally graduated was I think a year behind. So instead of 02, I was supposed to graduate. I graduated in 03 finally.
Same
I actually walked.
You?
Yeah.
05.
Okay. You went to West Side also, right? And so you graduated from Bread and Roses?
Yeah.
Okay, so you graduated from Bread and Roses, but you did a year over there? Did you do a year? You were a year later, or you did a year over?
I was a year. It was a year later because I had to come back for some classes.
Oh, okay, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with me, except I had to switch schools. Irving didn't want me no more.
Oh, that's right.
Irving kicked me the fuck out. They were like, "Nah, get this dude out of here." I went to West Side. Then you ended up going to West Side also. So yeah, all right. Yeah, that was just a wild. It's some dangerous mind shit.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on this podcast before, but that shit was very real. I know that now it's like normal for, you know, it's like not normal, but motherfuckers is mad disruptive.
Yeah.
Like with TikTok and all this shit in class. It's like you see all the type of funny, weird shit that be going on behind classroom doors with like kids in their phones. And it's like, fuck, man. Like if we had that shit, I don't think we would ever graduate.
Right.
I'd have been mad distracted with that shit. It's like having a mini computer. Like in class?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that shit?
That's why they block them now. Now in the high schools now they make all the kids put it in a pouch that locks. And
they do the shit they do at like comedy shows?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
shit.
What are the Fairway those bags or whatever?
It's like a magnet thing inside.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, like it locks like one of those things from like a clothing store or whatever. So you need the special like, you know, to demagnetize it to open it up at the end of the day.
Right.
And then you have to. They even. I was gonna. Cause I told the kid, I was like, told my son, just put your phone in your bag and just make sure it's off. Just don't get caught with it. Don't be stupid. And he's like, no, I know, because I trusted him to do that. And then they said, if you don't put it in one of those bags, then you have to like call into the school every single day to verify that the kid doesn't have a phone or whatever. Like if the kid supposedly doesn't have a phone.
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be that.
So I was like, you know what, whatever. I just feel like if they're in a situation, they can't use their phone.
Yeah,
and I just don't care for that. If you have to run out of the school, now what?
That's true.
So that's the only thing that kind of, I mean, I don't think it's that hard to damage it, but still, you know what I mean?
Nah, it's definitely a layer that it you know.
It's like, it's the good thing is like trying to have them pay attention, right?
Right.
But then you got the emergency part too, especially these days.
Exactly.
So. You know, school systems, there's more emergencies now than before, you know?
Yeah, nah, it's a whole different ballgame now. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm glad that we had my high school experience was pretty funny. Yeah. Like, I had mad funny times, but one thing I wanted to talk about, man, because when we coming out of high school, like when we were all coming out of high school, we hung out like all the time.
Yeah.
But like, what were some of the first jobs you started getting? Because I remember some of mine, and you helped me get a job or two.
Yeah.
You helped me get a few jobs through my life.
Yeah, because I did the summer youth shit and we're working for housing.
I did the same thing.
That shit was so trash, but anyway.
Literally.
Yeah. But I met a few cool people through that shit. But other than that, it was a terrible summer with that sweeping in the fucking hot sun and shit. But
Yeah.
it was cool. But right after that, I worked at Mickey D's for a couple of years, and then I got when I left Mickey D's, I got the stationery store.
Yeah.
From the Upper West Side.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the 99th Street one. Then there used to be one on 108th Street that closed down, and then they still got the one on 116. I actually visited them like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
did you see anybody you recognize?
Yeah, one of the dudes still there. I was like, are you still here, bro? Like he was like, yeah, because he became an investor. He was like, we had a whole conversation about, but yeah, this African guy who's super chill. He still works for them, but yeah, remember, and I think you ended up quitting that shit.
Yeah, I quit that, bro. These motherfuckers. All right, this job, it was owned by the same people, but they had different locations, right? They had 3. They had 99th Street. They had 107th.
Yeah.
And then they had the joint on. No, they had 4. They
had
had the
4.
one on 116, and they had the joint on Amsterdam on 119. I think it is.
Yeah, 119 and like yeah.
Yeah. So these dudes had like several stationaries.
And then it's called Ivy League, so everybody, all the new students from out of state think it's part of the school, so they all go there for their stuff thinking it's part of Columbia, and it's not.
It's not. They call that shit Ivy League stationary. Yeah. That shit got nothing to do with Columbia, but they fucking go there thinking like, oh, this is the spot. Like this is one of the Ivy Leagues is gonna have what you need. You know, like all like standard shit comes from there because it's like the shit they used to come in there saying was just absolutely nuts. Like this shit was a revolt. Like it was constant business, bro. Like I think the one with the slowest business was 107.
Yeah,
107 had because that's just kind of in the cut.
Those were like the moms, that live on
the West End mothers.
Yeah, the West End mothers.
You know what I'm saying? The West End mothers.
Like an indie band.
The West End mothers.
Yo, I used to do jobs for those people too. It's the truth. I remember going and I thought, I was a young little teenager, so I'm here like, damn, we needed one of those wooden cabinets or some shit put together. Yeah. And so they paid them to have me go up there, and and I see the dad show up. I'm like, this motherfucker couldn't make to screw in this shit.
Wow, you see, just they have no problem there. They have no problem paying money.
Yeah.
For the simplest shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like they don't care as long as they don't have to fucking deal with it or do any heavy lifting at all. They're cool with paying whatever $100, hundreds of dollars you got to do for a job. They'll do that shit. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I get it now. Now I'm like, shit. If I had I'm like, hell yeah, you do that shit.
For real. I get it, shit. But that's got to be some of the funniest memories, man. Because that job. I'll never forget. They sent me to the 99th Street location. Daniel just got me the job. I'm like, yo, I want some extra bread, bro. Like, I need a job. Yeah, because he hooks it up.
It was okay if you.
Yeah, it was decent. You know what I'm saying? If you put in, but the thing is, and he could confirm this, it was one of those jobs where there was a lot of times there was nothing to do. The shit been done. So if you have like a whole 10-hour shift ahead of you, they're gonna make you do the most annoying, corny bullshit that you never thought they would ask you to do just so you can earn your paycheck.
Right. They couldn't stand for you to just stand there. They go organize, go dust, go do something. And if you they would get mad at any, they really, for your $5 an hour, because that's what I was getting paid when I first started, some $5 an hour.
Yeah, and it was off the books too.
Yeah, they give you cash.
They give you just cash on.
I don't know what it should be.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you want to...
You're going to edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, yo... Like...
This is what brings down the stationary operation? We've been waiting for this. Is a RICO case?
Yeah.
Yo, my bad. But yo, one time I go into work, they sent me to 99th Street, and I'm working with some dude there that smells mad weird, bro. And I'm like, whatever. I want to say...
It was Daniel.
My bad.
No, this dude like smelled mad weird. Like I don't know what was going on there, but all I know is that the owner comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I need you to make a run for me." And it wasn't uncommon for them to have us go from one stationery to the other.
Yeah.
Like if another store needed printer paper or supplies, and we could take that shit over in a hand truck, we would take it on a hand truck a few blocks. Like they would have you go and take that shit physically, right? So I'm thinking that's what it is. Yo, my man hands me, no lie, yo, hands me a plate with some little cookies, like little tea biscuits, and a little thing of tea. And he's like, yeah, you could just go over there to that building right there and go to the 4th floor. Someone's going to meet you there. I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I work in a stationery. Let's just make this clear. I don't work at a fucking restaurant.
You know you were Uber Eats back then?
Yeah.
I don't work at fucking Insomnia Cookies or nothing like that. My bad, Mario. I'm fucking working at a stationery, so I don't know why I got tea biscuits and tea. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go up to the 4th floor, and it's this dude's mother, like, waiting for me. And, like, invites me into the home, and she's like, yeah, put it right there. And she has, like, a heavy accent. But I'm so fucking confused. Like, why am I in this random house across the street from my job with tea biscuits in my hand, giving them to this random woman? It was like some Hills Have Eyes shit, bro. Like, I didn't know. And after that, I was like, yo, can you give me some of my pay early? I want to buy some clothes. I was just bullshitting the dude. I just wanted to be done with this shit. Because at this point, you want to make your friend look bad.
Yeah.
And I never had a problem working. It was just, bro, they had me doing so much annoying bullshit. I worked there 4 days. I worked there 4 days, and they had me doing so much annoying bullshit in those 4 days that I was like, nah, fuck this. It ain't worth it, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how I put up with it. I think about that shit. It's just, it was nice. I like getting the cash at the end of the week.
That's true.
I was young, and it was I wasted a lot of time because they wanted you to work. They didn't like hiring a lot of guys, so they wanted you to work like almost open or close. They would lie to you too. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, you work till 4:00," and then 4:00 come. Oh, just a little longer. Just can you stay for another hour? Before you know it, you have to close down, and they would make you. They would be upset or be like, "Oh come on," And I was young and stupid. Nowadays I'd be like, fuck, like you. Like, I should have had the same attitude, but I was like...
Sometimes you gotta experience it, and then you earn that attitude. You're like, man, suck my dick.
Yeah, I would never.
I ain't doing that shit.
Bro, Daniel gets me another job.
How'd you leave that one? Tell us all the stories.
This whole podcast
is
about Daniel getting me jobs that I eventually left.
That's gonna be the title of this shit. Daniel gets me a job.
Daniel gets me a job. It didn't work out.
Episode 41.
Nah, but yo, he gets me another job. This is years later. Now we're talking about Paragon.
Oh yeah.
All right. So anybody who spent time on, fucking Union Square or anywhere near that area, anyone who likes getting certain jackets or whatever, Paragon was a spot that a lot of people knew about because they carried a lot of ill shit for a while. Same thing with sneakers. They carry sneakers too. And he gets me a job there, and he's like, yo, this shit is pretty good. Like, they pay pretty well. It's stock work. It's mad easy, though. Like, it's right there on 14th Street. You know how to get there already because I went to school at Irving, so it's the exact same commute. It's just take the end of the R to fucking, Union Square. So I'm like, yo, cool, bro. We end up getting to that job. What was the job like? What was your position at the job?
When I
forgot what they called us.
I was a web picker.
There you go.
Yeah, so if somebody would order something on the internet through their website, and then I was the person who went to either the warehouse and if I couldn't find it in the warehouse, then I would go onto the sales floor. And that job, that was sweet. You know why? Because you learned everybody I knew the whole store. I had friends in every department. That's why it was cool, because I would just pop in and chat with you and then just keep moving or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were just doing stock. Like,
I was doing the stock work. Like, I was a part of the team of people who, when the flatbeds came in, with like all the gear came in the trucks, you had to put them on the flatbeds.
Oh shit!
Put them in through the freight, bring them up, unpack them, and then actually tag the fucking, the clothes. Like take the gun, the price gun, whatever. Like, it has like a needle end, and you put it through, like, all that shit. We handled every piece of equipment that came into that bitch. Mostly the jackets and pants and gear, like Patagonia shit, North Face. Like, anything you could think of came through that warehouse, bro. Shit is like a whole different world in there.
Yeah.
But one of the most fun parts about this shit that I wanted to bring up is when you didn't want to work and you just trying to avoid work. What was your way of doing that at Paragon?
Yeah, because big ass warehouses. Because they would have, because you would go in, right, and then it would be all these clothes that would go all, and then it was in some like old factory building, right? It was so like, it was like connected to some like you go. It was mad creepy, all old wood and shit, and it would be like just coats, thick ass coats all the way down. You go.
Yeah, like them shits was like from the ceiling, mad high.
Yeah, all the way up,
and like several racks down. Like it's hard to say it without. When you don't have an image,
you would need to climb like a 10-foot ladder to get to the top of because it'd be like where you're standing, and then like three more rows up, and then you would need a whole ladder to go up there. You could go in between because sometimes you dead ass would have to get to another because sometimes it'd be double
double
like rolled
double
up,
racks.
So you go across it and it would get mad muffled. You would it'd be so thick that it would get muffled or whatever.
Yeah, like you could literally, funniest shit in the world is that you could walk into the coats. Like, so basically you could make it to a point where you're hiding among the clothes.
So you're in racks?
Yo, bro, you're inside the coats and you don't see you at all because there's so many coats hanging from the, like, you got to remember, these are big ass coats and they're there year round because it's not like, we don't put them shits on the sales floor when it's like summertime.
No, it's a warehouse.
But they're in the warehouse, so they stay where they are, bro. All these coats, like in plastic and all sorts of shit, lined up, and they reach the ground. So if you just push the coats out the way, you could walk into between, and you have like your own little world. And we would bring boxes of weights, like the weights, like 5-pound weights. They'd come in like sets of boxes. We'd bring them shit to create seats.
Oh shit!
And have them shits under the fucking racks, and just be hiding out. And we'd be like, "Yo, you gonna go to the coats?" Like, yeah, I'll meet you there. In a few. We just there eating cookies and shit, and you see people's legs moving, walking, and you hear people asking like, "Yo, you see Jose? Yo, you seen Jose? Anybody seen Ortiz?" And we're just like, "Yo, hold on." Yo, they're looking for us. Bro, but you can see them, but they can't see you because they have no idea where to start looking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The shit in there was so funny, bro. And it was like some real sitcom shit. You had mad different funny personalities and shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, I was ready to go too because I was just fucking... It was hard work in that warehouse a lot of times.
Wasn't that, yo, you had a couple jobs where you called out OD, bro.
Paragon toward the end.
Yeah, you were never there. I'd be like, yo, this dude is never here. And then that you had that annoying manager dude,
Danny.
Yeah, that he was like, your boy's never here, and he would get so pissed. He would never be around. And I had to deal with every manager with that job because, like I said, I was a web picker, so. This was at the time I was talking to who's still, to Jen, who's still with me right now. Like, freaking, I would go all the way to the back and just take long ass phone calls.
I remember you doing that on my floor one time.
Yo, I'd be there for a minute.
I hear some little, and I find him he was in the coats.
In the coats. In the coats talking.
He was in the coats talking, bro.
From the North Face.
Yeah. That job was pretty. That job was pretty ill. They finally got me in the end because, like an asshole, I go and what I did. I was stressing. I was working at Starbucks from like 4:45 in the morning till 10, and they would let me do that little shift, and then I'd run over there and start my next shift at 11. Oh my God, bro. And then I'd work 11 to 7 doing that. And then I'd do it again. So I started getting burnt out doing both jobs or whatever. And so I tried to just, one day, none of the bosses were there. Everybody, supposedly they closed. So I just, I clocked in. I didn't use my card. I didn't scan in yet. You used to have these scan cards or whatever. But if you forgot it, you would have a manual punch. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, the long sheets.
Yeah, so you'd have to manual punch. So I punched in, but I didn't punch out. And I was like, oh, I forgot to punch out. And they were like, you were here? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, and then this dude who I had not talked to, he was cool with me, but I don't even remember his name. He vouched for me for some reason. He's like, yeah, he was here the whole time. I saw him. I was like, bro, I don't know why. I swear.
He was trying to look out.
He respected it.
Yeah, exactly.
He respected
he
it.
jumped into. He was like, "No, but he was here. I saw you." And he was like, "He was here," and I was like, "He was like, yeah, he was here." And at the end, the guy was not convinced. Kerry or whatever, the Jamaican dude.
Jamaican dude.
Yeah,
That dude was like a villain, bro.
Yeah,
because he was dumb cool with somebody. Like they fucked with they treated dude like he acted like he ran the building.
Yeah, he had this power trip for being like a simple manager.
He was like a regular manager.
Yeah.
Like regular manager. Like nothing crazy. And this man used to act like Darth Maul, bro.
Yeah.
Like my man used to act mad crazy for no reason. And I remember one time just giving him mad attitude. Like,
yeah, I gotta do fired. I got mad stories with Paragon. I gotta do fired by mistake because of that dude. Because like you said, he's like a villain. And so he's like, the Christmas season is coming.
yeah, he would say shit like that, like, we're not going to slack.
Yeah.
Christmas season is almost here. Like, yo, bro, what the fuck is up with this dude?
So I was like, in front of the whole floor, I was like, Kerry, sometimes it's a little, and it's gonna get stressful. Sometimes you're not very approachable because he's not. You'd ask him like, yo, what do you need? Like with his power trip. So I'm like, you're not very approachable, So with the high stress, maybe like you could understand that we're going through a lot too. So you could be a little bit. He's like, this is not the forum to speak about this.
I remember you told me.
Yeah,
about this shit,
and I was like, and then
hit you at the floor.
Jason, I think his name was. He's like, no, but Danny's right. Sometimes you could be a little rougher. He tried to back me up. He's like, he's just saying, he's like, I think this is a good forum to talk about that. It's everybody's here, and he back and fired this by that afternoon. He was pissed. He was pissed after that.
He saw you as that enemy, the threat.
But then he became my friend. Oh, Danny, everything okay with you? And he tried to like with his little sarcastic jokes. I was like, no, I'm good. And every after that, I'm like,
my man tried to hit you with that King Joffrey.
Yeah,
he was King Joffrey, bro. He was on some bullshit. I remember being like, yo, chill.
Yeah,
like,
I
relax,
know.
Man. Like, what's up with you?
All for freaking giving out. He was the guy that signed the web pick. That's all he did was give out the sheets. I'm sure he did other little things to keep the fifth floor.
Yeah, like
check,
he mainly did that and oversaw the deliveries coming in. Made sure it was the right amount of pieces, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
he mostly worked on the fifth floor, so we didn't really interact like that. So it was like mad weird that he was like, bro, he was a king dick to everybody, bro.
It made no sense, but whatever.
We had like everybody working in that motherfucker for a minute.
Yeah, because even Francesca, she worked there. Then her mom got a job there, and I was like,
"What?"
Yeah, her mom worked there. I was like, "What are you doing here?" She was like, "Oh, I got a job. Figured she could do it. I'm gonna work here." And so she was selling gloves and shit on the second floor. You didn't remember that?
Nah.
Yeah, her mom.
I must have called out that day.
Yeah. He was gone already. Bro. He's still in the coat.
I was inside the coats.
Yeah.
Coats.
I was in the coats for that. That's wild.
Even Ronaldo worked there, right?
No, I don't know about Ronaldo. I know. Did Mike work there?
Yeah, Mike worked there.
Mike worked there. Jen
did not work there. She tried, but at the time they wanted experience.
Oh, right. I remember you saying that you were thinking about trying to get her a job there. Yeah. That's what that was. Fucking Francesca. We had like, it was just so, it felt like half of Douglas. Even though it wasn't that many people, it was like a lot of our core group of friends from back in the day, like just ended up dabbling and working there.
It was me, you, Mike, and Francesca, and then I was dating Danielle at the time, so she was She was the one that got me the job.
Right. She worked there too.
Yeah, from Cali. Yeah.
Damn, man, that's what year was that?
That was
05?
Yeah, 05 into 6. Yeah.
Wow, that's a long ass time.
Yeah, I got it in November for the holiday season. They were hiring like crazy for that season, and that's how I started working there.
Yeah. So, I mean, eventually, I just was like, I just started, I couldn't see myself doing that shit, man. It was so stressful.
Yeah.
It was so fucking stressful because, again, it ended up becoming one of those jobs, too, where when you had everything done, motherfuckers are looking for, go over here or reorganize it. Like, nah, fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, it was a lot because then my job was to walk around, picking, you'd go, so you'd have to be in the coats, really doing your job when I actually had to do the job.
Yeah, it's just.
I would complete the whole sheet. I was good at it. People would have a hard time looking for shit, and I took pride in being, I was called the second picker, meaning like somebody go, I couldn't find it, so I'd take all the ones they couldn't find, and it'd be right where it's supposed to be half the time. I'd be like, so I was good at it, so I would do a lot of those.
Yeah.
And those could take forever, because I'm like, I had to dig for it, it's the second pick. So I'd take a bunch of those, really find like a good amount, then...
You were the snitch.
Yeah, I'd get a good amount, hold on to them. Like, let's say there was like 9 pieces and or whatever, and I found most of them. I would just hold on to it. And then that way, by the time they see me, I'm like, I got everything on the second picks, so...
See, there's always a method.
Yeah, I would kill so much time, because if you did your job and finished up, they'd want you doing your job. I'd have to go with the fucking price gun and go through thousands of coats, bro. Then you got to get it in the seam, because you got to make sure you don't damage the coat. I was like,
that was a scheme too. People don't know about that. That was a scheme. A lot of people had an operation going.
Yeah.
What it was is that if, let's say, you wanted a marmot coat, like the new Marm, right? And you're like, I want one of them shits. The shit is $650 or something like that. When it first dropped, something like $650, right? You fucking get that shit. If we tag that shit bad, like if anybody like put it like on the seam or outside the seam where it made a hole in the fabric, it's so tiny that nobody's ever gonna see the shit, but they know it's there and they know the tag is on the wrong spot. Automatically, that's just discounted.
Wow.
So I knew people who were in there and they had like an operation going, where they would be like, my boy's coming in for a coat today, so I'm a tag this joint, boom. And sure enough, like at 6 p.m. that evening, anything that was damaged went to the floor. And it would be like, a $650 jacket is now like $300, just because of that shit. Like they cut the price in half.
I would have been making money doing that shit. Right? We go half and half, we all win. You know what I mean?
I know. I didn't think about that shit. I thought, I'm like, I had access to all that shit. You put the wrong price on it, or you said no. You just said do a damage.
Yeah, there was one dude who was talking about that shit, and he was showing how he would do it, because you had to put it on the inside of the seam through a certain place. Like it had to be done a certain way where it doesn't create a hole. But if you did it right next to the seam and it created a hole, then they consider the shit damaged. That was their policy, at least. I don't know about now. Now they'll probably give you that shit full price, fucked up.
Right.
Not give a fuck. Yeah, what were you doing around that time?
What year was that?
2006, 2005?
Dude, we were in the band and shit,
Yeah, the band was...
That's what was going on. That's why we weren't trying to work and shit.
Yeah, man, I wasn't really...
2006, I was at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I was a barista.
Yeah.
Straight out of high school.
Yeah. Nah, I remember that, man.
Yeah, we worked a little bit. I think some of our employment there overlapped. Starbucks was a pretty dope job for a little while.
Yeah, I love the people I worked with all the time. I mean, it was always like one fucking cornball, but out of fucking every 15, there's one cornball.
Yeah.
But that job was cool back then, man. I used to love it.
Yeah, I had threw a whole Halloween party with almost the entire store. Everybody came through. You know about that?
I think I did. I think I did. Heard that accent.
Yeah, we got so drunk. People stayed up, ended up sleeping in my house and all that shit. It was a wild.
Had a real project.
I made everybody dress up too. Like, I gotta dress up. I was like, yes, you gotta dress up. Everybody dressed up for that shit.
Nah, it's fire.
I haven't thrown a party in so long. I used to throw parties, bro.
You used
We're
to
so
throw.
old, bro.
Yeah.
We used to be some partiers.
Yeah, y'all threw some parties. That's right.
We used to throw parties all the fucking bro. This crib right here was a fucking.
There's some memories in this place.
We were the noise complaint for the first year we got here.
More than a year.
Yeah, I mean they got used to us after years.
Oh,
I mean, they stopped calling cops on us after a year.
The craziest shit is having a DJ in here. The speakers.
we
were a musician. We were musician motherfuckers, so we've always had access to equipment.
We had a PA
shit.
system with 2 big ass speakers right here and a full blown DJ setup right there, where that couch is. It's just a full blown DJ. It was our boy Al really spinning like if this shit was a nightclub. That shit was so funny. And then the super was up in here, fucking hanging out, fucking drinking.
Was I here for that?
You
had
I
to
mean,
be here for
you
a
had to
couple
be here
of
for the
those.
housewarming.
I feel like I feel like I was there for the. I remember a DJ being in here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We've had that happen like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we done it a few times, but
Yeah.
yeah, even in the music building when we were doing the band shit, like every rehearsal we would have, if we were rehearsing on a Saturday, once it hit like 8, 9 o'clock, that rehearsal turned into a party.
Yeah, you saw our first show, right?
Yeah.
You got to see our first show. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's type wild.
And then I came for when I came back. I was telling you, at the thing, that when I had just came back from Cali, I was supposed to play at the docks or something in Brooklyn, and then the police broke it all.
Dock Street.
Yeah.
No, that's Staten Island. He's talking about near the docks on the pier.
It was just like on a pier, or whatever.
We were gonna play right next to the water.
Yeah, we were supposed to play at Post that day, right, or some shit like that.
Well, that's like a 2-3 blocks away from Post near the water.
Yeah.
But only the first 2 bands got to play. Like Jerry's old band got to play, and I forgot who else.
Just One Chance, I believe.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that fucking
That's
cops came and were like, "You got a permit?" And we were
Yeah.
like, "Nah, we just playing some music."
Yeah, I couldn't believe nobody got a permit.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Just
shit
showed up.
about that. I was just like, "Nah."
Like, no, the guy said we could go. Like, what guy? And like, I don't know. It was like the guy that owns the place.
And they were like, "I mean, this is cool, man, but you can't do this."
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh fuck, the show's done." We got that whole shit got shut down, but we ended up moving it to the opposite side of this fucking city. and
Yeah,
shit.
red zone, right?
Or what it felt like, yeah. Because we
Yeah.
were in Brooklyn, and then we had to go all the way to the other end of like where Metropolitan Ave or whatever.
Yeah,
Where-
I was
which
supposed
is
to
mad deep.
I was supposed to play that day. I was so mad, and then I ended up going to my because I had just gotten back, so my parents are like, "Oh, you got to be here for whatever. We're gonna have a dinner," and then I get there, and there's all their old bitch ass friends that I didn't need to be there. I was like, "What am I doing here?" And I was like. And then y'all had some stories about that night, or it got crazy. I was like, damn, I missed out on some history.
Bro, that
right
night
there.
got fucking wild.
Yeah, we had that was the night we played with the Sleeping.
Yeah, we played with this big ass band named The Sleeping. They ended up being like they were big already.
Yeah, the Sleeping. Yeah, I've listened to them.
Yeah, they were big already, but they ended up blowing the fuck up.
That's what I'm like. I was so heartbroken. I was like, cause I think I enjoyed their music. I was like, wait, you played with them? I was fucking tight. I was so tight. It was like the worst, like like culmination of things. I just got back. The shit gets canceled. Then I get all the way back up to, and then y'all were far. That shit was
fire. Yo, bro, that place was fire, and like we never whipped it.
Yeah,
like we never drove. Like like I could drive, and there were times where I would drive. I'd be designated driver, but this is so far, but so long before that era, that we were taking trains everywhere.
Bro, sometimes you see band members. We came from bands that you see us on trains.
Yeah.
With a cab.
Yeah, motherfuckers had like their whole guitar equipment and cymbals and shit on the train, bro. But several trains.
Yeah.
Because we're coming from fucking Manhattan, like Harlem.
To go play music.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
that's fire.
It's funny. Like, that was just like a key part of our youth. Because for us, it was always like, I mean, as far as you know us, it's always been fucking music, video games, wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Speaking of video games, you have, tell us about the podcast, man. I was actually on the podcast, the first wave of it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, me and you had started it way back in like late 2020.
Yeah,
it was or whatever.
Yeah, it was like middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
No,
it's been going good. So me and Jen, or we call her Pfeffer, we just so far we've taken a long break, but while we were going hard on it, it was just rounding up the news, talking about different things or whatever. She loves indie games, so Jen will talk about more like independent games, things like that.
Yeah.
And I try to keep up with the bigger news things. I like the business side of things, like like we were talking about before we started. Like the whole bullshit with Xbox. Now they're putting all their games on PlayStation, things like that. So that's usually the type of stuff they like to cover.
Yeah.
It started from me listening to other podcasts that I just could not. They just didn't like know shit about like some of the stuff they were talking about, or they'd be really vague about why they didn't like something. Like, oh, I didn't like this. Oh, it's trash.
Oh,
and things. So it's like I was like I had so much to say, so I was like, you know what, we got to talk. We have so much shit to talk. We can talk about way better things and get way deeper into it than some of these other podcasts out there. So
Yeah, no,
yeah, so that's usually what we go for.
How do you feel about the gaming industry as a whole right now? Like,
you know, like it's kind of a shit show. Like, you know, it's always been kind of like a shitty industry, like the way they do things, like, you know, like playing each other. But now now with things like Roblox and Fortnite, it's kind of killing like the gaming industry. And it's like, to have a game that makes money, they have to spend tons of money right now. So it's like, you know, I just don't. It doesn't seem stable right now. It seems like at some point a lot of shit's just gonna come crashing down or whatever, and it's just gonna be like smaller games or whatever. That I feel like that's what's gonna save everything.
I mean, that's like where I feel like it's becoming more like rock and roll, like underground, like the Steam Deck. Like we were talking about that too.
Yeah.
Like they seem a little more like geared towards gamers, right?
Right.
Like, I look at games too. Like I feel like, how do you feel about like graphics these days? Because I think about graphics. And I feel like, yo, bro, we don't need that many.
Yeah.
2015 was great graphics.
Right. The PlayStation 4 pretty much like it shows that, because look how long that shit lasted, right? So it actually came out at the end, at the beginning of end of 2013, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you have this console that's till this day could probably play every game if you just bring down the graphics slightly. Like, you know, I think the Switch 2 is proving that. Switch 2 that what is it? Cyberpunk's gonna be on it. Oh, that was like such a big, because you know the shit show that happened with Cyberpunk, that game came out unfinished and ugly and all that. So you know they're like, oh, it's gonna run, but I'm like, yeah, but you know, again, that's a game that it ran on PS4. You know what I mean? Like it's not that crazy. You know.
Yo, that shit annoys me. Like, bro, let's stop being impressed by shit that should run okay.
Yeah.
You're a next gen console. Like, you dropped in 2025. This game is from like 2020. Exactly. 2021. Like, we shouldn't be hyping that shit up. Like, it should play that shit out the gate beautifully. Right. It's a next gen console.
Yeah.
I think graphics at this point, a lot of kids, again, Roblox has proven that kids don't give a shit. The next generation of kids do not care about graphics. They care about fun.
That's true. They care about repetition, fun, and being able to communicate with their people.
I watch when my son plays, and it's just, if it's not like high, like a octane, like, you know, like a game that really keeps you engaged, it's something more like strategic or like more like addictive or whatever. So he plays, you know, he'll play like a lot. He plays a lot of, how can you say it? like the not really like puzzle type games,
like
but
mining games.
But like, yeah, something like that, or like you know.
The games where you gotta kind of farm it out.
Yeah, and right now what he's playing? He's playing a game where you have to play like process of elimination, things like that, where you play with like other people, shit like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but then the younger ones though, like my daughter and her younger cousins, they love Roblox, and it's like, well, my son still he'll play 1 or 2 games. You know, I still bother him about it, but it's like low graphics, and all it does is focus on your most like basic habits of the game. So like grow a garden is this huge one. If you have anybody has kids who plays it, who's listening to, they know about grow a garden on Roblox. Trust me. Or something, I lost my brain rot or some bullshit like that. But these games make so much money. Like I think like 42 million, and they have so many 42 million players. Like, bro, just all they do is you take a seed, you put it in your garden, it grows into a stalk. Eventually, it'll pop out a piece of broccoli. You sell the broccoli, you get money, you buy more seeds. You take that. You
I wish I could do that in real life.
That's literally all you do. And then some of the stuff is worth a lot of money. Like you'll get like a seed for like a watermelon that costs, you know, that sells for like I have $4 billion. How much do you? And then you can like add shit to your garden or whatever. But it's not even that deep though. Like it's at all. And these kids are so addicted to that shit that I have to limit it in my house. But that's what scares me about the gaming industry. It's like they got to keep up with that. You know what I mean? It's like kids don't give a shit about your little graphics. That it's going to be a lot of older kids it's a lot of older adults that like video games right now. You know what I mean?
It's true.
The younger kids do not care about like, you know, it has to be like, if it's not like a trendy game, like what was the big one? Shit, what's the name of it? The one where you have to
Is it like one of the free ones? Fortnite?
No. Sorry.
Minecraft.
Not Minecraft. Where someone is a killer. There's 6 people in a room
Oh,
Is it me?
Why am I blanking?
I know what you're talking about. The
Is it you?
little characters that
Yeah.
look funny.
I know. They look like little blobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why am I blanking out?
I can't think of that name.
Mystery Man.
But it's like,
What game is it?
oh my god.
Who done it?
You gotta.
Who did that?
Is us.
What? Something like that.
Among Us.
There you go.
That was close.
Yeah,
I was
like,
joking.
Among
I was
Us.
supposed to.
Jesus.
Is us.
It's us.
It's us. Hey, you got it.
Just the us. You triggered the us.
Yeah, that one. So that's what a lot of the kids love that shit. Like even young ones or whatever, because it's a fun easy, simple.
Yeah. And
Everything
it makes people like it's funny because you're trying to figure it out
right
who it is. It's like that's always gonna be a fun time.
Right. So like party games, trendy things like that are picking up. It got to be like something dopey. Like they have to change their approach. But I think more serious games, there's gonna be a market for that, but not the $1 billion market that these companies need a game to be. It's like the games have to make like $1 billion now, and if they don't, it's a failure. And that's the sucky part about the industry. That's why it was a big deal. The Spider-Man 2 was like $250 million to make. That's $250 million yeah.
That was how much it cost to make that game.
Yeah, it costs Call of Duty that comes out every year. It costs $500 million to come out every year, but they know it's gonna make $1 billion. But the tech to make it run so well, because not for nothing, Call of Duty runs really good. I think the latest I don't even know if the latest ones are not on PS4 or not. I think they finally stopped. But it took a while for them to finally stop, and you can have an old-ass video card and probably run the latest Call of Duty on an old-ass...
Wow.
That's how good the engines are. Like, they make sure that everyone can get on those. They spend a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they spend... They can't keep up, so...
Yeah,
that's
that's like capitalism run amok.
Right.
Which is like, it's bound to collapse.
That's
Everything is
my
collapsing.
problem with the industry, and then it's adding a lot of little... things that I don't know should get into, but like I just
I mean it's kind of like it feels like back in our day. Not to sound old as fuck, but I'm just saying everybody knows the 8-bit era, 16-bit era. All these games concentrated. Like first of all, that to me was when there was a genuine console war.
Yeah.
Because our Mario Brothers game looked completely different and played different than a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like there were vast differences.
The original console was like those were like the first real tech companies, because they were fighting for who could get the best bang for your buck, I guess you want to say, for the quality of video game. And then it was proprietary hardware, so much so that Sega had an institute. Like you could just go to college by Sega so you can work for them. Like it was called the Sega Institute of Technology, based out of California. And it was students who developed the game. So it was like you learned how to deal with the hardware while going to school to work for for the company or whatever.
Right.
So they don't do that no more. Now they just pick up. Now everything works under the same architecture that anybody with programming knowledge can be a game developer or whatever if they're into that stuff or whatever. But yeah, like now that's back then it was also, like I said, a hardware war as well, which nowadays,
yeah, like the console war went beyond the fans and the actual games. These dudes were like really at each other's necks back in the day, like hating on each other. Like there was a real competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that we got some of the best gaming out of that. Not just because of the war, but because people were genuinely being creative. It was the first time a lot of this shit. It was the first time any of it had been done. You never saw a Mario Brothers 3 before Part 3. You never saw a Mario Brothers 1 before. You know what I'm saying? Like this kind of shit was, as it was coming out, it was fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of like maybe it's the young generation saying like, yo, take us back to that. Y'all had all the cool games.
right?
Like realism isn't always the illest shit.
Exactly.
Like that shit is fire, but it's also cool. Like that's why you gotta appreciate companies like Remedy, right? Because they're not just making fucking, what I would call like simulators, like real life simulators. They're not making games that are just meant to simulate real life. They're taking real life and then they put like this dark fantasy, like kind of weird dramatic
They got
twist.
like David Lynch Hitchcock-esque approach to video gaming.
Yeah, you think about it though. Sam Lake has always been highly influenced by like Twin Peaks and fucking old noir films and shit like that. So like being able to take the graphics and take what we know of reality and like kind of throw like fantasy elements and horror elements into these games and make it look really bugged out, that shit is dope. But when it comes to the fun part, like kids want to be stimulated in their, they want to actually be like tested. They're not fucking stupid.
Right.
Like we were kids playing Donkey Kong. Those games are challenging, bro. Like now when a game like Super Meat Boy comes out or Cuphead, it's like a novelty. It kind of feels like the hype around it is the fact that it's hard.
Right.
When we come from an era where that shit just was what it was, like it wasn't like a gimmick. It feels like.
Yeah, it was actually reason to play the game. It was to get good. Part of playing the game was to get good at it. That kind of got lost along the way somewhere where getting good stopped being a requirement of the game design. You know what I mean? Where it was kind of a requirement in the NES days. Like you had to get good at the game or whatever because something like Galaga or Pac-Man that has one level. It's like it has to be a reason for you to continue and want to keep trying and to get better. Or even games like Contra just being bitch ass hard.
Yeah. There were games that were just flat out hard.
Yeah.
And that's not me taking away anything from like Cuphead and Super. I love Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pause. I love that game. That game to me was the shit. I fucking got A+ on everything in that motherfucker. Games like Cuphead, I can always return a Cuphead and know I'm gonna be stressed. So those games are dope. I like those games.
Yeah.
But I'm saying now it's kind of like games are so different and like platformers is like, I'm glad that you've seen a return with a lot of indie developers making these games again. Like platformers or like Castlevania style games.
Oh yeah, Metroidvanias. What's really paying attention to the industry and stuff, what games have like hit you in recent years that you felt like this is different or like I enjoy this and this could be amongst my favorites from the past,
when you say favorite, like something simpler, or you mean like?
No, I mean any game that you really like.
I gotta say, Death Stranding probably is like the one game that like he took like the most basic, like ideas and like gamified it in a way that really kept you like interested while writing a decent story to pay attention to. You know what I mean? Like, but it. Because a lot of people, so pretty much it's for those that don't know, we call it like an Amazon simulator, like because you're pretty much a delivery guy, and it came out right around the time of the pandemic, which he said he doesn't want to, Hideo Kojima doesn't want to do any more prediction games that predict the future, but he pretty much is, the world has ended because there's a rift between the world of the dead and the world of the living opens that pretty much kills everybody, and so everyone lives underground to avoid this rain that turns you old if it falls on you. It's like the most bizarre,
rainfall,
timefall, that falls on you. So
timefall.
But it's not even all. I love all the weird shit. That's fine. I think just the act of a game that like took like the most basic of a third person just walking, and having to like balance yourself, having to do item management, it ticked a lot of boxes that, so it made you feel good playing it. Plus just I don't know, it really like, I feel like it did a lot of game design things that, that well, what I mean? Like it was designed really the gamey parts of it, it's a fun game, outside of the craziness that it's about or whatever, which really does add to it. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that really stands out like as something like different. Like you can't play a game that's like that game right now. You know what I mean?
That's true. You can't really find another one of those. And like he has a reputation. People will be like, oh, everything he does gets hyped up. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens when you just deliver.
Right.
You can't find another game like that.
Yeah, you can't find games like Death Stranding like that. They'll have like elements or whatever, but even, like I feel like any game now, maybe it's been 5 years, but at the time, like all the weirdness with it, like fighting like even the ghost with your own blood and
like making bullets and weapons out of your own DNA and shit like that. Yeah, very he's a weird character. Like his imagination is pretty bugged out.
Yeah, the sequel just came out. I played that all summer. It was pretty good. I would say the part one's it doesn't top part one. Yeah, as far as like the theme plus the gaming parts, but were better in part are rather the theme and how it meshed with the game. I feel like is better in part one than part two. Part two, they try to. It was more of an action. It's super fun. Don't get me wrong. It's super fun. It's just, it kind of loses the soul of what made part one special.
You beat part two already?
Yeah.
I haven't beat it yet.
Yeah. It's still worth it. Don't get me wrong. It's still worth it. It's one of those like, thinking back on it, like part one's more the classic. You know what I mean?
Right,
It didn't reinvent. It's not part two's not a classic. Part two's like there.
Right.
And then I think I don't want to say too much, but anyway, there's probably gonna be more like a DLC or something probably. At some point.
Right.
That's what it feels like, but
yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So overall, like. When it comes to the gaming industry, it's like I'm hopeful for like regular people to be inspired, and those types of games are getting way more like what you call it, like the creative things are coming out of a lot of smaller developers, and that's what's exciting. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be the future. These big companies, I don't know what they're gonna be platform holders, and I feel like at some point it's gonna be whoever can let regular people make the best video games, then that's what the best stuff's gonna come from. Just like kind of like YouTube, like you can get a lot of great stuff on it. Well, maybe not movies per se, but you still can get a lot of great content on YouTube or whatever, versus only relying on like Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, network television and shit.
Exactly. So, but I feel like a lot of great experiences are gonna come from like regular people. It's just who holds the best platform to do that on. It's probably going to be the future, which sounds kind of to me, but
yeah,
we come from a different time.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy though, because now it's going in reverse. It feels like the whole shit's about to reset.
Yeah,
and you're gonna have these like different groups that are coming out, and like you said, maybe there won't be any systems in the future. Maybe it'll just be like some new device. And everything just goes third party.
I feel like everything's gonna be on PC ultimately, and it'll just be OEM type stuff. Maybe Nintendo will still have a gimmick or something, but even that like
PC or PC handheld.
Yeah, that PC handhelds. Yeah, I was used to like messing around with the Steam Deck. That shows you what that's really what it's gonna be about. And Microsoft's trying to dabble, but I feel like the price they're misguided with the price.
They went $1,000 like.
Yeah,
that's
Steam
insane.
Valve had it right. They had it right. Make an easy to hold device that when you turn it on and you download your game, if it says Steam Deck compatible, that it's gonna run and it's gonna run great and feel good, But you have, there's some bumps in there because it is a PC, so there is some like bumps in there. But what I'm hearing is that, which I think is such a mistake, is that even with Microsoft device, Asus helped them make it.
Yeah,
and they have their own little software built into it. I'm like, but why would you do a Microsoft device without your own overlay? Why wouldn't you do make it feel like a Microsoft device or whatever? Instead,
people were saying it's more like a PC handheld than an Xbox.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when they were saying it was going to be an Xbox handheld.
Exactly, and then you have Asus's branding all inside of it. So I'm like. So there's kind of like
it defeats the purpose.
Exactly, like it's a mental thing. I'm like, don't
they try to pull a one up. They try to do that. I feel like that was just they try to pull a fast one.
That was like that's probably the deal. Asus said, yeah, we'll do it for you, but we still got to use our software, I guess, because I'm like, why not use just the Microsoft Game Pass software that runs on Windows? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just weird. It feels like maybe they know they're in direct competition with Steam Deck. And they're like, we got to go at them like a computer company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that's kind of what took the helm, because an Xbox branded device is not hard to do. Like, they would do that shit. They would put the Xbox button on the shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And just make it like its own thing. But
so, yeah, but I think if Steam comes out with another one that's like around $500, again, like a sequel to, which I'm sure is going to happen at this point, they're gonna beat Xbox. Like, Xbox is foolish. I don't know. I feel like they have a $600 option, and I have a feeling that's probably gonna be the one that people end up getting. But I feel like they messed up with that. Like not only did they raised their price to Game Pass, so now it went up $10 now to have Ultimate with Call of Duty and all that.
Yeah, you made it something that people really liked having and appreciated. To now going, is it worth it?
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
you like I
And
don't
it's
know why
not.
you would do that and for what to fucking to give a bonus to some CEO, right?
You got to be
Because
a
it ain't for
hard.
fucking the company ain't going under.
Exactly.
Take a fucking hit. Why is it always on the people?
It's ridiculous. And then, or if you're gonna raise the price, then make sure the console's priced low so that you're getting more people to buy in. Like, isn't
Yeah.
that the idea? Like, they continue to subscribe to your expensive service, but at least they have a shiny handheld to play all the games.
I think that's a lot of fucking goofballs too, because there's a lot of people that just go, and I get it. You have the money, maybe you buy it, but a lot of people aren't like smart enough with their money.
Yeah.
They go buy dumb shit. Like to me, the Switch 2, they don't got no fucking games or nothing.
Yeah.
And you're running fucking old ass, like we were saying, you're running old ass games, and it's in 2025. It's supposed to look
like
good.
Street Fighter 6 runs so good on the Switch too. Okay.
It came out this year.
What the fuck do I care about that?
Call
It's
of
a
Duty's
fucking
not even
fighting
running
game.
on it, so
It's a fucking fighting game. Like I
Exactly.
played Street Fighter Alpha 2 on SNES. Like stop, that was impressive. That was crazy at the time.
yeah,
like,
that's
hold on.
a
That
whole
shit,
chip came inside of the thing so it could run.
yeah, and the shit ran, and it was a dumb expensive game. Like that game, like 3 family members had to chip in to get me that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ended up being a fun time. Like you got all the endings, supers, everything plays beautifully, except for those little moments where it freezes before the round starts.
Yeah.
It has like a 3-second like buffer, and then the game starts.
Yeah.
The game ran dope. It was fun. Like people still play that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like hyping a system up like the Switch. Like I've stopped by a lot of those Nintendo pages or like Facebook and stuff, and I see people like basically turning their shit into a PC, like trying to do all this extra shit. Oh, do you know you can run a mouse with this and connect, like creating peripherals and like hacking the system to work with like PC shit. I'm like, yo, you motherfuckers just want a PC.
Right?
Like what the fuck? And it's like I'm not. As I get older, I'm less and less hype about shit like Mario Kart. I don't want to play a fucking Smash Brothers.
And if
like,
you rather play the old one on a good emulator.
I'm not saying I'm
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not everybody, but the games need more. Like if on launch day, you need like a variety of shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like Nintendo. This is like cocky Nintendo now because they did so well with the original Switch. So it's like with this one, it's like you make Mario Kart your launch game with that's $80. Like that made no sense.
That was crazy, bro.
Like that made no sense.
Donkey Kong is 90.
Yeah, I think they ended up selling it for 70, or the physical is like 80 or something stupid like that. But if you down, I think it's 70.
That's
But
fucking.
still.
That's like, bro. These games need better. Like, it's just not the same. It's just like a weird. It feels like they hang back a lot, doing the iPhone shit. You know, like hanging back on hardware. Like, how long did it take Nintendo to go HD?
Yeah.
You know, with the Wii U. Like by the time the Wii dropped, bro, when the Wii was brand new, the Xbox 360 was already up running on HD.
Yep.
They're in a different market. Well, Nintendo at least, and I'm thinking about it, is because when they dropped the Switch 1, right, they were the implementation of gaming handhelds.
Yeah.
You know? So they had the system be the handheld.
Exactly.
So everything that's taken over the market now, they did that first.
Exactly.
But now you're in a market where you can go get a dope-ass OLED Steam Deck.
I mean,
And you can have mad games.
they're using the old formula, but the thing is that the more they do, it's like you're starting to see it's not like before where Nintendo could do no wrong. They done plenty of wrong, but there was a point where like people had nothing bad to say. Like when the Wii came out, motherfuckers was hyped for the Wii.
Yeah.
You had Wii Sports, you had a new Mario, you had a bunch of new shit coming out, and the future looked bright for it. The Switch 1 comes out, the Switch 2 just looks like a Switch. A new version of the Switch 1.
That's all it is. That's
You know what I'm
all
saying?
It is.
Like, and I know it's
With
what
a
I mean.
mouse.
Let me reiterate, so I don't sound like an idiot. I'm saying like when they come out with like an Xbox and then they come out with the Xbox Slim, same specs and shit. Maybe something's tweaked a little bit, but it's just a nicer shape, a nicer look. That's what the Switch 2 feels like. It doesn't feel to me like the Switch 2.
Exactly. Like it doesn't feel like a true sequel. It just bigger.
Feels like an upgrade.
Yeah, it is more powerful, so it'll have games that only run that, but that's it. They just have a SKU for that.
And there's no OLED, right?
No, not yet.
Like, bro, off the rip, why didn't you just come out the rip and say this shit is OLED? Why? Because you want to release a Switch 2.5 in 2 years, and it's gonna be OLED.
The Switch
and now
2
I gotta
OLED.
pay the same amount of money to get fucking OLED. Like, bro, that's crazy to me.
I know, and I'm like the PS Vita had an OLED.
Bro, the Vita in 2010 had an OLED screen.
So that's why I'm like,
like y'all are bugging with this shit. It's
that
like
shit is mad annoying.
Like I know that they know better than me. Like they're probably making a shitload of money and
no, because people pay it.
All right, do
that's
what
I
you
was
do.
saying. Like, that's the real problem.
You know,
people
for you know, research purposes for the podcast, I bought a Switch too. To make sure that I know what I'm talking about when I talk about.
All right, but do you like it?
Nah, for real. I mean, that's part of it because we got the email like, oh, you can buy. So we're like, if we really want, we would have bought two of them, but we just bought one. And I gotta say, it's, you know, it's the Switch. It's still the Switch. You know, like Mario Kart is. I will say the new Mario, which could have just ran on regular Switch, mind you. It's nothing like that crazy, but the new game mode is probably the best part of it. I mean, it does look gorgeous. Don't get me wrong; it looks amazing, or whatever. So I can't front it. And then they have a game mode called Knockout, where it's like 24 players online or whatever. And it goes through like different laps, and the bottom three get kicked off the match. So if you come into 21st place, then your game is over for you. So it's like a battle royale almost. And then the next round, once they're gone, then you got to be at least in 16th place.
Oh, and then it drops down to like 8.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps going down by 4 every 4. So it's 24. So if you have to be the number 20. Or whatever, or you get kicked out.
Yeah, so you got to win like 4 or 5 races.
Yeah, you got to keep. It's nonstop. It just keeps going until you're the last 4, and then you got to try to be number 1, like that.
Okay, that's pretty ill.
Yeah, that shit was kind of addicting. I gotta say, I was like, fuck, cause you be losing, like you be getting kicked out by the second round, like fuck, I got one lap, we got kicked out, like yeah, that's where you know it's good. I was
like a game of chance.
Yeah. So you know, that's pretty good, but is it $80 worth? Nah, that game should have been
$15,
right? Like it should have been a pack-in game, and that's it. Like this, it comes with every Switch. Like, come on, what are y'all doing? Like that should have been the gift to people for you made the Switch what it was. Here's a dope here's Mario Kart because you spent, we've sold 45 million copies. You know what I mean? Like you would have built so much faith on that. You know what I mean? But
like motherfuckers
they don't have to. So
they don't know how to have no fun no more. Like I would take a game like that. You know what I would have done? Kept that shit a secret, and then on launch day just have the physical cartridges.
Exactly.
And be like for $5, like a crazy promo where it's like, yo, they released this crazy game for $10 that you could buy with the physical cart called Knockout, and yo, it's fire, it's crazy. And then you start the game off with only the physical copies. Yeah. Like, only people who got the physical could play it, and then you release it like downloadable and shit. And they don't know how to like.
You know what sucks about games these days too to me, dude. And I'm into gaming again more than I have in a long time. Like, I got back into it. I was out of gaming for like probably 8 years.
Yeah,
I missed the whole PS4.
It was a while.
Yeah, so I missed that whole.
I missed at least half of it because remember PS4 went for a long time. But yeah, you in the beginning of PS5.
Yeah, you definitely were on PS4. You played a lot of PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember 2013 that shit came out, and it was still popping with stuff.
But there was some years that I just fell out of it. But what I'm saying,
that's what he was saying. Like the last half of it, pretty much.
Yeah, fucking games used to give out cool shit. Like now you gotta buy like all these $200 fucking joints to get a poster or something. Why nobody does that shit no more?
I remember because I pre-ordered Beautiful Joe, it came with a ceramic bobblehead, bro. That shit was gorgeous. Like I don't even know what. I think Ceci took that shit or something. But it was a nice like a not plastic or cheap. It was like heavy. It was a real ceramic fucking bobblehead. And when you pre-ordered Zelda Wind Waker, you got freaking Ocarina of Time Master Quest. To play on your GameCube, like that's you got. And
nobody does that shit.
Game. Like,
and now you gotta buy the super deluxe edition.
Yeah.
And now it comes with a coin.
Right. Get a map.
Get a map and a special pog.
5 amiibo scans.
Yeah. That shit is so lame, bro.
It doesn't come with the actual amiibo. Like, this shit is weird, bro.
It's all business too, bro.
Yeah.
It's all money. Give me. I don't gotta get. It's. Oh man, it's greed, bro.
That's different.
That's why I'm like a lot of the best games are like the smaller, like the where they put heart into it. Those have been like really on the come up, and that's where I feel like with like these AI infused apps coming out, like those are the people that are gonna make good. Even you're gonna get a lot of bad players too, but you know, meaning making just addictive games are gonna probably go through the roof. But you're gonna get some good stuff out of that. You know?
Yeah.
Because when you can just dictate a masterpiece at some point and then fine tune it after that, like that, you know, it's gonna happen. But it's a couple of years away, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
AI video games are starting slowly, and there's companies going full AI companies now to.
I'm against that shit.
No, I know.
I'm boycotting
it. I don't blame you.
No, I'm against it now, bro.
I'm boycotting it.
Nah, I'm giving it a buck.
That shit should be boycotted. You hear what just happened with the Mortal Kombat? Talking about video games and AI. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection's about to drop this week, right? They have a Mortal Kombat book that's supposed to come with the like special edition, and that's on sale, and that's been like going around. Everybody's been getting their early copies. And bro, they have images in there that's supposed to show like the history of Mortal Kombat. And they got images from Mortal Kombat 2 and 1 specifically that have like Shang Tsung's face, like, you know, the character select screen, how their faces look. They AI upscaled them shits but made them look fucking awful. Like, you know, when AI takes faces and jumbles them up and it looks like indecipherable?
Yeah.
It did that to Mortal... It's in the book, bro. Like, it's crazy that it even made it to the book. Like, nobody was there to, like...
Yeah, they got an AI doing it and an AI editor.
They got an AI editor.
They got AI looking at AI.
Like, packing the shit.
Looks good to me. His eyes up here. Like
the first human to get his hands on that motherfucker was your mailman.
Yeah, that's fucking fucked up, bro.
It's crazy, bro. Like, how that shit make it into a book where millions of them shits are going to be printed. How the fuck you do that?
It's just gonna be AI corporations, bro. Ain't gonna be no humans in there.
That shit, fuck all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Not to go there, but I got to because we're talking about fuck that shit, bro. Because it's motherfuckers that are giving up on humanity just for profit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like you fucking dweebs, bro. I'm against that. I'm like really like down to boycott that shit, bro. Because it's making art with no heart. It's making fucking. It's just all bullshit. And they're taking away people's livelihood. That's what it's coming for. And it's only because these guys, a couple corporations want to be overlords, bro.
Yeah.
And it's even talking about gaming, it's even in the innocence of gaming. You're in the fucking gaming industry that is supposed to be about family sitting down and playing a game. And you're fucking gimme. We don't want to give nothing.
Yeah.
It's fucking soulless, bro.
That's what happens when you let suits come in, bro, and just take over shit. Motherfuckers ain't fans. Like, those people who make those decisions are not fans of gaming.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. They don't, like, dudes who came into Konami and started changing shit up. Motherfuckers don't know shit about gaming. They just know what makes the most money, and they start cutting corners and shit.
That's what happened to Konami. That Konami saw that they could make a little mobile game make $1 billion, and we're like, why are we spending... why is Kojima spending $100 million on one little game that might make 10% back, 20% back if we're lucky, and this guy we spent $1 million is making $1 billion game, it's because those gacha games and pachinko games and all that they just prey on people, people's worst,
just addictive minds.
The worst part of their personality. So
Yeah, that shit's happening all over, man. I just, I want, like, right now, Mortal Kombat is up for grabs. Like, the name is up for, the franchise is up for sale, apparently.
We should buy it.
Because of the whole Warner Brothers shit.
Yeah.
Yo, we gonna buy it. How much you got on it?
Yo,
I think I got...
I gotta tell you right now.
I think I got a couple billion.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, no, it's in my other...
Yeah, I got a pack of gum.
Hold on, there's 10 right there.
How much? $10?
Do you have change for a button?
And I got a battery. This shit's worth like $20.
$10 and...
I got
$10 and $10.
I got a...
So you got a 20 on it. Bro, that Mortal Kombat, bro. We make that shit, bro.
You got $10, you trade that.
$10 on that, baby.
$10, Papa. We buy all the stocks.
Right now, hell yeah.
The motherfuckers are gonna send you a Mortal Kombat T-shirt.
I wanted that. You probably couldn't even get one stock option for that.
$10? Hell no.
Now they sell it in parts, so you could put $10 and you get 0.00135.
I'll make it.
Warner Brothers.
And I'm going to all the decision meetings.
Calling in.
I think Sub-Zero from Part 3 should be back.
Yeah, I went to one of those investor meetings one time, and it's for like I invested in the infrastructure, AI infrastructure. Sorry. Well,
You're one of them, man.
the servers and stuff, and I was listening, and it's like Equinox. Only Equinox brings you the top in AI technology. Only Equinox. I was like, yo, I'm in some like evil fucking meeting, bro. That shit sounded like
You were in Watch Dogs.
yo. That shit sounded bugged out.
Somebody playing the game of you.
Yeah, right. And it's just I was like, like the dark corporation was like trying to indoctrinate me right there. That shit was weird, but yeah.
That was bugged out. Yeah, no, that whole industry, man, is the future. Unfortunately, I mean, it's kind of weird how quickly it's happening, but you're gonna feel it at especially
It's
gaming.
a bubble though, because it's not really making money, but mostly through investments. And when that happens, that's like shit's gonna pop. And
it's gonna pop hard too. Pause.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I'm not an expert, but yeah, it doesn't sound good. You know. So I think you're onto something about boycotting that, or at least gotta get money out of it.
Fuck AI. Rock and roll video games. Keep it underground.
Word. Yo, tell people where they can find you, man. Like how they can watch the podcast, what you got coming up, you know?
Oh, okay, so I mean, if you look at, I'm on Spotify, and I think most places you'll find it's called the VGXL podcast, as in Video Games X Life. And I've been just trying to get back into it. I had some family issues that right when we got our motivation back, some family issues struck. So I've been trying to get my groove back. You know, to me and Pfeffer to get our thing going. But she also streams on twitch.tv/Pfeffer. And you can find her there. She's my partner in crime, and she helps me, talk about a lot of indie stuff. Because she plays a lot of indie games. Like right now, she's been playing Silk Song. You know.
I've seen a lot about that.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight?
She finished she got real into part 1, did a bunch of endings or whatever. Now she's playing the second one, so she comes with me to talk about that stuff or whatever. One thing I forgot to bring up just really quick, I wanted to bring up was the we went to with your boy Justin Wang, the Puppet Combo. He was in a Puppet Combo movie.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and they do games that like PS1 styled horror games or whatever. And so they turned one of their games into a movie, and we went out to Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Tiny little theater, probably the size of this room or whatever. Oh, wow. Like without the wall, like 50 seats back, and just the screen, and it was cool. It was he plays like the clerk in the beginning. It was pretty funny. But
Wayne has his hands in so much, man.
It's cool. I thought it was cool to see him in that shit. But yeah, so so we do stuff like that. We're like real into like video gaming stuff. We like to go to like events. We try to go to the New York Video Game Awards every year, where that's how we got to meet like Reggie Fils-Aimé from Nintendo and what's his name from Xbox? Phil.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. I forget his name all the time, but I've seen the picture too.
But yeah, so I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Video Games X Life, and we do and on YouTube you'll find me at VGXL.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm everywhere right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, so that's when we try to joke around. Like you used to be on it. You start like we said earlier. You started with me, so we try to be funny where we can, or talk shit, or
we actually have an episode with Mario.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You both been on it. Yeah,
we both been. So we should do. We definitely have to do like a reunion on there.
Yeah, really get into some topics.
The original VGXL lineup with Pfeffer and Mario.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like 7 people.
Well, we could talk about
this man yelling. Man.
She's gonna sound like the New York Donut.
Yeah, right. Everyone's
who in the room?
Talking over each other.
People just start blowing in the mic.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, so I try to talk more from a business side of it. That's what that's usually what I like to talk about. Like what's going on in the with like the business side of things, like Microsoft raising prices, making stupid decisions, bad choices on things like Ghost of Yote being not a samurai game with but a samurai game, but not really. So things like that. So I like to talk about shit like that. So
yeah. All right, dope,
man. Thanks for being on, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. This was good. It's good.
Yeah, it was good to have you, man. This is dope. But yeah, man, we're gonna be back next week with more. This was another episode of Saturday Gigantic. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.
Peace.
Later.